Hello everyone, I am Taureor and welcome to another one of my Hearts of Iron 4 challenges. You keep asking for the Nordic Empire, so yes, we're going to play as Sweden and unite all the Scandinavians, which is actually a very easy challenge. And I need something to challenge me in a challenge. So I'm going to not just try and do this, but I'm going to try and do this very simply, comprehensively, so that each and every one of you can replicate that if you want to. So let's play as Sweden and create the Nordic Empire. I am an historical regular difficulty. Let's go. There we are. Oh, why did I click France? We are democratic, which is going to be a bit of a problem. First we need to change our ideology, so our first move has to be to start a political effort. We started 12 units, let's put them all in one army, move each and every one of them to Stockholm, and switch them all to this template here. Now for factories, let's build some civilian ones in the north. Why not south? Well, because the civil war is coming. Research slots, electronic mechanical engineering, machine tools, and the superior firepower doctrine. This is my production queue. I suppose I'll add some more ships to it. Speaking of ships, let's take all our units and move them all to Stockholm and combine them all into a single navy. And it's time to unpause and speed the game up. Now we wait for the focus to finish. Merge all the ships into one fleet. Give them an admiral. We're gonna lose half of them in the civil war, but that's not really a problem. Right, our focus is complete, political effort is complete, and Rhineland has been remilitarized. So what we do now is not take any more focuses for a while. Instead, we just hire a fascist demagogue and keep banking political power. The fascist demagogue will increase our fascist support slowly, so that we can start the civil war. And yes, this is intentional. I really don't want to select any new focuses, because I'm going to need some extra political power soon. We might want to hire a silent workhorse. Next research, mechanical computing. We have 150 political power. We need it banked for the civil war, however, it will pay off if we hire a silent workhorse now. He will generate some political power on his own, which is great, and should be enough to do the civil war stuff. We might be delayed a little bit. Doesn't matter, Italy and next Ethiopia. Now we are at 10% support. We can do prepare for civil war. Let's do that. Now we can't ignite the civil war if our stability is too high. So what we need to be doing now is expand civil support as soon as we get enough political power. So 3 days of a delay. Expand civil support. And we need to keep doing that because this decreases stability. Continuing with the doctrine and with our industry. Still no focuses for now. See, this will consume a lot of political power, so we need to keep doing that, and we need to have enough political power to ignite the civil war and start justifying our war goals. So no more focuses and no more advisors for a while. The moment this finishes, we need to start it again. Expand civil support again. We need to bring our stability under 50%. It's a pity, but we have to. And again, it's about to finish. And one more time. This should be enough, I think. We should also get the election event soon, which will decrease our stability a bit as well. Right, we're at 51. As soon as we go below 50, we can start. Here it is. Fascists in the government. Yes, please. And we're at 49 stability, which is enough to start the civil war. But before we do that, we need to send all our troops off to sea, so that they're not stolen in the civil war. So let's do that on pause. As soon as they are out to sea, we can ignite the civil war. Look at the ships, we'll lose some of those. Which is unfortunate, but necessary. Right, let's reassign them to an army. We are left with one general. Send them all over here and attack aggressively. There you go. Also, we need to start justifying war goals. The sooner the better. First, we're going to attack Denmark. Justify war goal. And simultaneously, we also justify on Norway. It is crucial that we do this early, which is why we're doing the civil war and not the referendum. And now we can finally start doing focuses again. Let's do collectivist ethos so that we can go down to militarism and get extra manpower. See, we did not go into the negatives, which is important. Okay, everything is set and activated. We even have some planes we could use. Why not? I mean, you don't have any troops, so it won't matter, but let's do that anyway. And, yeah, go. Oh, some of them were caught by the enemy fleet. But I can't really sacrifice my fleet. I will need it to beat Denmark. No, let's send them all out here. Yes, they have repairs enabled. This way, perhaps our units can survive. Let's just hope our fleet doesn't get destroyed. Okay, we're winning. And they have been annexed, so the battle automatically ended. We do have 4 heavy cruisers, which should be sufficient to beat up Denmark. Now our constructions got interrupted, so let's continue with civilian factories, with the provinces with the most infrastructure. Now we start preparing for the fight with Denmark. Let's wait a bit so that they can get manpower reinforcement. Yes, civil war ends, we're now fascist, and we can attack people however we want. We'll go after Denmark, Norway, and then after Finland, but we can't go after Finland immediately. This is important because the allies will step in. Let's automatically send all the ships to our fleet. Maybe produce some more. I am splitting this into many dockyards, you know, 1 ship each, so that if we are temporarily out of manpower, not a lot of production will be wasted. All of them have full manpower, which means I can exercise them. So let's detach the ones that are already trained up to a different army and exercise the ones that are left. This is going to include naval invasions. Collectivist ethos done. Let's move on to nationalism focus. All we need from here is militarism and military youth, because manpower is a bit of an issue for us. Next research, we want support weapons 1, and we also want radio. Yes, we are questioning the motives of Denmark and their ideals. Anti-combatant pact, yes, join. Whenever a unit is trained up to the regular level, you can detach them from the training army, so you're not wasting resources on them anymore. And we have enough political power to hire someone. And now let's go to the chief of army and get the guy with the old guard descriptor, who's gonna give us extra political power. Unfortunately, our stability is very low, can't really do anything about that right now. And militarism focus. Oh, Spanish Civil War ended. Who won? Republican Spain. Oh, also new research. Next, doctrine. Yeah, we should be preparing the attack on Denmark already, but let's just finish training them up to the highest level. So we have 12 units that are well trained up. This is going to be sufficient to beat Denmark. What we're going to need to do is prepare several naval invasions. We're going to have to reorganize the armies a bit. 5 armies, put them all in the same army group, promote our only general, and give him some skills. Charismatic, organizer, and offensive. He's going to lead the whole army group. He has been recently promoted, so he's gonna get a bit of a penalty. We could have done that earlier, I suppose. 2 units over here attacking Copenhagen. 4 units launching a naval invasion right next to Copenhagen. 2 units launching a naval invasion over in Odense. I actually visited Denmark twice. I think Odense was where Hans Christian Andersen lived. Yeah, I even visited his house on that trip. He's a fairy tale. He was a fairy tale writer. Right, another one here. Oh, actually, if some of you don't know how to do naval invasions, you select an army, click this, then left click on your port, and then right click on the province you want to invade. So I suppose we'll invade here. Now let's take our fleet, which is not great, but it should be sufficient, and send them to patrol on the Baltic Sea. Oh, also we do have some planes, so let's make sure to send them to Denmark as well. Militarism is complete. Let's also do military youth, just so I don't forget about it. Now let's invest in our industry a bit more. You know, it actually changed my mind. I'm going to decrease the amount of the invaders here to 2 and send them over to the regular attack instead. Now going over the strait will be difficult, but once we separate them and surround them, it will be quite easy. Now I could spend my political power on hiring generals for the armies, but we will actually be better off if I hire an infantry expert. And then if there's some political power left, we can invest in generals. Now I actually should have invested in military factories a bit more. Hindenburg disaster, and our war goal is complete. Let's immediately declare war. Here you go, and our naval invasions should launch immediately. They have launched. See, they are already sending reinforcements to Copenhagen. If I can block that, that should be enough for us to win. And also I'm not accepting the volunteers because that would increase world tension, and we want to keep it as low as possible. Right, we have landed. So, you guys have to attack here. You guys stay in Odense, actually, because we don't want them to take it. So at least one unit has to stay here. See, now they're not going to... No. You... God damn it. Alright, let's do a strategic redeployment order. Yes, you have to stay here. Let's just cancel the orders on this army. And you attack there. We don't want them to, you know, take Odense from us. While we hold this and conquer this, and that should be enough to make them capitulate. Alright, all of you attack Copenhagen from the other side. They should not stand a chance. There you are, Denmark is ours. Take all states. We now own Denmark. Now it is time to prepare for the attack on Norway. Our border with Norway is very long, which is why we're going to change our approach a little bit. We're going to need a lot of very small units. So let's edit this template here and reduce it to just 1 unit of cavalry. Just attack normally like that. But we're also going to need quite a lot of tiny units to fill all the gaps in the front lines. Because if we can cover the whole front line and they can't, we'll almost automatically win even if their troops are stronger. Which is why we need a lot of those tiny and weak units. Let's give them the highest priority and train tons of them. And keep deploying them as soon as they are ready. Now we don't really need to do paramilitarism, so let's do industrial effort instead. We have also taken over 1 military factory from Denmark. Well, it's going to speed up our unit construction a little bit. I suppose we could cancel the artillery and support equipment for now. We'll re-enable them later. We only need infantry equipment at the moment. And as soon as they are done training to the minimum required level, you deploy them. Just keep clicking this. Japan attacked Shaanxi. This is going to increase world tension. Hopefully not enough to have Norway guaranteed. And all the other Chinese things are about to happen. And there we go. World tension has gone up. They did not get guaranteed. Oh, but we're running out of time. We're almost ready to attack. How many units did I manage to get? 11. That is not enough. Actually, I'm going to have to switch some of you over to this tiny template in order to recover some infantry equipment and manpower. It is important that we have a lot of them. Very important. Now, if we were on mass assault, we would be able to deploy them faster, but I still do prefer superior firepower. Now, they're not going to succeed. They're weaker than the Norse units, but it doesn't really matter. What matters is they will keep them occupied while we can slip in all the gaps in the front lines and take over their country. Actually, you should make another army. Yeah, 1 more army, 1 more general. Activate all of them and make all of them very aggressive. And of course, keep deploying. We're going to be reinforcing these armies with the newly deployed units. Let's reinforce the armies. They'll automatically get assigned to the orders. And the war goal is ready. Okay, let's not deploy anymore. Cancel the rest. Assign the newly deployed ones. And yeah, you guys are ready. Let's attack. Oh, did I forget to take a focus? Ah, damn it. Well, that's a bit of a mistake. Let's now follow this path until we get the extra research slots. Let's also go to free trade. Okay, let's declare war on Norway. Now, you will see that the amount of troops is very important, much more so than their strength, because we'll just be slipping between enemy lines. See, they just don't have enough troops to counter our attack. Which is why this is going to be a very easy victory. In the places that are defended, we can't progress, but not all the places are defended. Let's do this because we have the bonus, and concentrated industry 3 is going to be quite helpful. Take Bergen. With that, we might have enough victory points to win. Okay, any more victory points that you have? Oh yes, there is a victory point in Trondheim. In the meantime, I can do some manual orders to, just take over some territory. And once Bergen is taken... No, sorry, that's Trondheim. We win. Take all states. And now we want to attack Finland, but we can't, not yet, because the Allies will guarantee them. We have to wait quite a long time to do this. But now we can actually restore the Kalmar Union, which is going to give us tons of manpower. Well, now we have formed the Scandinavian Empire, restoring the Kalmar Union. But we still need Finland. Let's see how our manpower will change. We get quite a lot of manpower. Unification of Scandinavia has happened. And we're going to... Now, what we want to do is fill our army with the good units, not the small cavalry units. So we're going to be switching them. Or I could just disband them, because we're going to need to wait 2 more years before we can attack Finland. Unfortunately, but that's the reality of the situation. So what we should do now is disband all of the cavalry units, and instead train as many of these as we can. Now we can return to producing support equipment and artillery. Normally I wouldn't do it like this, I would just deploy them ahead of time and train them manually. But since we will have to wait almost 2 years to attack Finland, we might as well, conserve some equipment by just training them like this, and having them deploy once they are already trained up. Let's do improved worker conditions so we can restore some of that stability we lost in the Civil War. I would also want to go to at least partial mobilization, but we don't have enough war support yet. Hire a captain of industry. Unfortunately, now we have to wait for Germany to start attacking people in order to attack Finland. And we will have to, do that before the Soviets attack them. Or beat the Soviets afterwards. Both strategies are valid. We could actually join the Axis now if we wanted to. Let's do improved infantry equipment 1. Every time some units deploy, assign them to a new army and start exercising them. Extra research slot. As you can see, we have quite a lot of manpower thanks to militarism and making all the Scandinavian territory our cores. We finished some research. Let's do support weapons 2 next, and the next bit in the doctrine. Extra research slot done. Now time for another one. I'm not going to do competing machine yet. We're waiting for secret weapons to do that. The current research setup. France and Britain announce alliance. 1 army is fully equipped and trained. Extra research slot 2 done. Now we'll do secret weapons. And we're gonna invest in some support companies. So let's research Scania Vabis, or however you pronounce that. Let's research the truck. The secret weapons focus gives us bonuses that are gonna be quite helpful in getting amazing research quickly. So now, I've saved up 1 slot just for that. We're gonna do computing machine very, very quickly. And with the other slot, atomic research. For our next focus, it no longer matters that much, but I suppose we could get extra factories or speed up our doctrines. Let's maybe speed up our doctrines. We're almost ready to start justifying on Finland. World tension is at 44 already. We will soon be able to go to partial mobilization. The better gun has been researched. With computing machine research complete, we advance to improved computing machine. Let's go down this path to get doctrine bonuses, and then we can get some equipment bonuses as well. Now, I'm not spending political power because we want to start justifying a war goal in Finland, and also go to partial mobilization at least. Once that becomes an option, Zog submits to Italy, Czechoslovakia submits to Germany. What you're doing now, you're doing Mort of Ribbentrop, and then you will attack Poland. And once you attack Poland, we are going to do an attack on Finland. Italy joins the Axis, shock and all. Centralized fire control. Now with all the doctrine efforts complete, we're going to pursue equipment efforts so that we can get the best guns quickly. And all the time we're producing new units and then exercising them. Poland refuses German ultimatum. Okay, this moment is crucial. Germany attacks Poland in the moment. They do, and they're now at war with France and Britain. This is the perfect moment for us to start our attack on Finland. So we justify a war goal on Finland. It's going to take 180 days. Hopefully the Soviets don't attack in that time. No guarantees, as you can see, because the Allies are busy. We're not going to interfere with the invasion of Poland, unfortunately. Right, and we can start the research of the advanced computing machine. Now we wait for our war goal and observe what Germany's doing. Finland won't stand a chance against us, but it is important that we do that quickly. Because otherwise the Soviets might get some ideas. Oh, also now we can go to partial mobilization. Poland is almost done for. Now, they're doing the focus that gives them war goals on Denmark, and I think Norway as well, I don't remember. But Denmark and Norway no longer exist, and we should be safe. Let's research the signal companies also. Start producing some trucks. Something like that should be sufficient. I need to get more military factories, really. Luxembourg joins the Allies, not a problem. Let's monitor Finland. Still no guarantees. Luxembourg capitulates, and so will the Netherlands. Belgium is still standing. Nope. Belgium is under attack as well. Fortunately, we don't need to be concerned with that. And Soviet Union took parts of Poland. I never remember when they strike against Finland, which is why I'm trying to monitor them. And Germany got an attack on Denmark and Norway, but there is no longer a Denmark or a Norway. Forward observers done. Now advanced fire bases. Belgium capitulates. France. Oh, actually, the attack on the Benelux seems to be unnecessary because Italy is taking France. I did equipment effort, so now we can quickly do improved infantry equipment 2, then the best gun, and then even this one. Just be sure to not waste your bonuses on something else. France has capitulated, and Paris has fallen. Yeah, Italy got most of the stuff. Let's do support weapons 3, but make sure you don't use a bonus on that. If you use the bonus here, well, that would be a waste. How is Finland? Still no guarantees. Perfect. How is the Soviet Union? Just firing on Latvia. Good for us. Now, we wait for the next infantry weapons bonus and use it on this. And they'll be done in 128 days. Also, we have a ton of political power that we don't really know what to do with. So, can we improve work conditions? Yes, we can. Can we do war propaganda? Yes, we can. Let's do both of those. Latvia and Lithuania have been annexed by the Soviet Union. See, when the Soviets are just trying to get an event, an ultimatum, and they can accept or die. Okay, this is a bit of a problem because the Soviet Union is justifying on Finland. However, I am further along in my justification on Finland. So the important bit is that I can defeat them before the Soviets even attack them. So let's take all our troops that we currently have deployed and send all of them over to Finland because we're about to attack. I suppose I could do a naval invasion as well. A small one. From Stockholm over next to Helsinki. It'll take them 28 days, which is about as much time as we have. So let's make sure all our troops are aggressive. And the justification is ready. See, the Soviets are also working on attacking Finland, so we have to be quick about this. Let's declare war. Now, we could have joined the Axis right before attacking, but we didn't really need to. This should not take too long, and we will certainly be able to defeat them before the Soviets even get involved. You guys just focus on the victory points. Let's make this quick. Hungary joins the Axis. That was rather quick. Oh crap, Soviet Union declared war on Finland. How? You didn't have your war goal yet. Oh, but we have landed. Perhaps I can get that before the Soviet Union does anything. Come on. Finland rejects Soviet demands. Yeah, alright, that's an event war goal. I could have been faster in this, but perhaps we can still be victorious. If we play our cards right at the peace conference, we might be able to deny the Soviets whatever they might want. Alright, here's the peace conference. We have way more points. Okay. Let's take everything next to the Soviets. Apart from this, we can't afford this. Then pass a couple of times. We are getting more points per turn than they are. So the crucial bit is to be able to take this before the... And we are able to take that. Oh, right. So let's take this. Yeah, this is because we had way more war participation than they did. Unfortunately, they might take these now. Let's pass. Oh no, actually I am occupying them, so it's going to be very expensive for them to take it. Let's see. Right, I need to pass again. They might take one. They might take one, which would ruin our plans. Alright, one more pass. Let's hope it goes well. It goes well. Oh, right. See, we take everything, and they get nothing. And it's kind of important to play our cards right at the peace conference. See, they did occupy a bit over here, so it might have been cheaper for them to take these states, and it certainly would have been cheaper for them to take this one, which is why I did what I did. This is a point in which you might not be able to replicate my strategy. In that case, you'll just need to conquer the Soviet Union, which isn't that difficult. Done. So, there it is. Scandinavian Empire is gonna be Nordic Empire now. We've proclaimed Nordic unity. We're ruled by the same guy, doesn't really matter, but we now have cores on everything in Finland. Yay! That is what the challenge was about. We got that. Now, how this could have gone wrong was the war with Finland, with the Soviets taking over stuff. So how could you improve that? I was a bit careless. What I should have done was sent a lot of small naval invasions over here to speed things up. So that's it. Challenge achieved. Challenge complete. Victory is ours. We're back in the menu because I turned the game off already, but I forgot to say a few things I wanted to say at the end. So essentially, Let me know how you like this different kind of a challenge, a shorter one, just focusing on the opening strategy without, the large war in the end. Because I've done that so many times that for me the most interesting part is the opening. And there is another upside to such a short challenge video. Well, essentially, I can make more of them. So if all goes well, I might do another one this week. I still have some Christmas preparations to do, but I should find enough time. So, most importantly, this is a bit of an experiment. Let me know what you think about such a limited, short challenge video. If you like it, or if you would rather have it, spam a larger amount of time and have me conquer Germany and the Soviet Union, for example, or beat up the Allies. But it seems to me like we've done that so many times already that the most interesting part is the beginning, the preparation, and the achievement of a limited goal in the simplest and most efficient way possible. You might disagree with me, so please make sure to let me know. After all, I aim to make these videos as interesting to you as I possibly can. And that's it for this video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you soon. Goodbye.